I got the tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
Yo.
All right.
Here we are. Well, Steve, happy May the 4th.
Yep. Same to you. Same to everybody out there who's watching us.
I'm sure Jason will be on at some point. Chris is flying back from Florida, so he's out. But he wishes he could be here, and he'll be on group therapy on Friday, I think. So, but crazy. It's crazy.
Today was insane.
Today was crazy.
I don't remember May 4th this good since I've been a collector.
No, don't you think though? And we talked about this before. They're not having Comic-Con in July.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con. So that has to be it, right? That they're not waiting anymore. Because don't you think there's some things they would have just pushed to Comic-Con? Like waited for Comic-Con?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
This might be us seeing what retailers normally hold back on.
The whole year's worth all at once?
Yeah, just hold back until Comic-Con, and then they go, hey, well, let's just put it out when we should put it out anyway. Yeah. And because, it was unbelievable the amount of stuff we saw today. We're still seeing more tomorrow.
Yeah, just real quick, right back at you, Sean.
Yeah.
Very sexy beast right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it just, and then there's more tomorrow, right? Sideshow will be
absolutely insane.
We'll be doing some more tomorrow, which is just amazing.
Jason's voice. Jason,
there he is.
You there?
Good evening.
Hello, sir.
Is it going to be your voice the whole time?
It's going to be my sexy voice. Yes, it is.
Couldn't even change his avatar, right? Had 20 minutes, couldn't change his avatar.
No, looks like it's either my voice or I could update my computer and let that go through its motion.
Nah, that's okay. People don't want to see you anyway. They don't want to see you. So, Jay, I was mentioning this to Steve. We were talking about it before as well, but do you think the craziness of May the 4th today and how much we saw was affected by the fact that they're not having San Diego Comic-Con at the same time?
I didn't even put that into question.
Right, because they're pushing it to what, November?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
That's got to be part of it.
Yeah, that very well could be. And it's interesting because today, I have to say, was a very long day and a very exhausting day. But a lot more went down than I expected, and that was one thing that didn't cross my mind. So it's very well possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right about exhausted. I mean, it's hysterical how just surfing the internet all day is exhausting, but.
Yeah.
I wish it was just that, but yeah.
I had a blast today. It was so much fun seeing everything come out and talking to people. And I know, Jason, I bothered you more than I should have, but it was still so much fun.
I think I just had half the Star Wars community hit me up today.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, when you're popular and people want to hear your voice and not see you, that's what happens.
And I don't answer for anybody else but you, Matt.
Exactly.
That's the best part.
The Traveler Jedi, it's so crazy, man. So yeah, I had to sell this entire shelf of Regal Robot things to get the Regal Robot chess set. Can you believe that? No, I actually have. I don't know if I can show everybody this. I actually have. Can I do this? So everything's over here on a new set of shelves that I just built, and I'm actually building more shelves here this week. So I had to move everything over.
Yeah, we were out there this past week, and we got to see the shelves being built while we were there,
being put together. The ones that should have been put together well before that, but
yeah, I was really disappointed that things weren't done by the time we got there.
Yeah, I know. That's all right.
But yeah, it's a massive set of shelves.
It is, yeah.
It's basically doubling the amount of space that you have available to you. So that's great.
Yeah, and you were in here. It's not like tiny, but you see what I got to work with. So I have to use as much of.
We still talking about shelves, or what are we?
Yeah. Much is meant to use as much of the wall space as I can use. Okay. Right. So, it is what it is. I just have to.
Yeah.
Expand what I can.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to just kind of like go over the May 4th announcements today without going into too in depth, right?
Yeah. So just so everyone knows, Steve doesn't want to cannibalize the group therapy. That's what he's concerned about. So Steve, just so you can appreciate this, I don't think people give a shit, and they will watch on Friday and hear us talk about the same damn thing over again. But there's too much, I think, for us to talk about anyway. We're gonna have to. There's more stuff coming out tomorrow that we're not going to talk about, obviously, right now. So there's going to be so much more on Friday. It's gonna be nuts. I don't even know how we're gonna keep it.
So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a couple things here. I'll pull up the first thing. This is probably the biggest news for us today, and that was the
that's just crazy.
Regal Robot put up the hollow chest set, and 40 minutes later, it was gone.
It's crazy.
I told you it was
36-minute sellout.
36 minutes. Okay.
For a $5,000 product. I mean, look, I didn't help, right? I didn't help with this because I'm getting this, but like, it was still. All you guys are like Steve. You're getting it.
Yeah. So
Jason, I think you are.
What was everybody's decision? What did everybody decide to do? We'll start with Jason. Jason, what did you finally decide to do here?
I definitely went with this. I could not pass on it. It was something I had been looking forward to for quite some time. So the second it went live today, I was 150% on board, and I'm glad that I had went ahead and prepped myself, considering I had a busy day outside of what was going on today. So yeah, I'm very happy I got this, and very very much looking forward to adding this to the collection.
Jason, you got the body slam as well, correct?
I did, yes. So I went at the body slam. Excuse me. I haven't decided how that's going to be displayed, but in addition to this, yes, I did go for the body slam.
Okay.
Yeah. And Matt, how about you? What did you end up doing?
I mean, you guys know I was adamant, like very much so, that I was not going to get this because, first of all, the price. Second, I just couldn't see myself getting this piece. And then the more I talked, when we talked to Tom, which always happens, we talk to Tom and it's exciting and like we're all hyped about it. Then the more I talk to you knuckleheads about this whole thing, and like we go through the whole like, you're never gonna find this again, and then like you're never gonna be able to get another set, they're never gonna make these again, blah blah blah, like all this like rationalization, and then eventually I caved on it. So I am getting the set. That's all I'm gonna get though. I at first I was like hardcore about just getting the body slam because I thought that's the one I wanted, and then the more I thought about it, the more I decided that I could just not get the body slam and get the set, because I didn't want to get both. Getting both for me is just not feasible. So I decided to just go with the body slam.
Yeah, I was right from the beginning. I'm like, I'm just gonna get the 2-packs. I don't need all the rest of this stuff. I don't need the signature and all that. It's gonna be so much cheaper. Blah 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 blah. And then I started thinking about the long-term value and the collector value of it and all that, and my willpower crumbled and I talked myself into getting the set. But I'm not going to get the body slam separate. That just brings it up to absurd levels of price.
I mean, it does, but you're already at an absurd level of price. I mean, let's be honest. It's a very pricey piece.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I
look at it this way, Matt. It's only money, and at the end of the day, you can't take it with you, right?
Well, right. So why are you getting it? That's the tough part. Is like, look, I'm down for this. You guys are. We already talked. Everyone, we already talked each other into this damn thing. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine with my decision. I still think I still step back here and there and go like, what am I doing? Like, this is so stupid. And so, but you know what? I'm excited. Doesn't make me any less excited for it. I'm pumped. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited for this thing. I think it looks beautiful. The more I've gotten into seeing, dude, you know what was a big part of this for me was seeing, and if you guys get a chance, go watch the Adam Savage, the tested videos on when they went and actually looked at these pieces when they were making them for The Force Awakens, right? The scanning and all that kind of stuff that they did. That kind of put it over the edge for me. Where it was unbelievable. It was amazing.
Yeah. Are you gonna try to get at the table at all?
I mean, I can't say no about anything anymore. I've put myself in the place where I go back on it all the time. So I'm not going to say no, but what I'm thinking of doing is, because this whole helmet thing is going to go back behind under this window, and Chewie's going to go on top of it. So I think all those pieces are going to go around Chewie.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there'll be something I can get to mix it up a little bit with that, but I don't see myself getting it as far as I know. You think you're going to get a table?
I'm going to get I'm going to get a table, and I'm going to put it right next to Chewie. And
this table, or do you think
this table? This table. Yeah, I know. I am not going to go out and get a custom hollow chest table.
Okay,
I will not do that. No.
Okay. Yes. No. Bad idea. Bad, Steve.
Right.
Yeah.
Anytime I think about getting a custom table, just slap me upside the head.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Jason, are you going to get a table?
I am, yes. I'm going to get one.
You think you'll get a custom one?
It's possible, but before, anybody kind of, this is something I've been looking out for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I discussed this with you guys when we were talking about the Jarek set itself. So there's been a couple runs over the years, I think dating back to about 2014, 15.
Yeah.
For custom hollow chest tables. And even though there's some amazing ones out there, the runs either never got completed, or the people just decided, it's too much work. I don't want to follow through with, building one. I've actually commissioned 3 separate people, and all 3 of them were unable to follow through with completion. Now, I didn't lose any money or anything like that. That's not where I'm going here, but it's just to emphasize that this is something I've wanted for a long time. So I do think that, right now I'll just be going for this, the cafe tabletop, because it's just a great way to display it for in an expensive price. But if I can, and if it's possible, I may be getting a custom table.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I just don't have, part of this is I don't have the space for it anyway. So I just have to display these how I can. And dude, having the Chewie bust from Regal Robot changes.
It is a great way.
That was one of the reasons I jumped on this. First of all, like I probably wouldn't even have, I can't say I wouldn't have done it, but I might've been less interested in this had I not had that and been like, this is kind of perfect, because I kept thinking about putting these things at the base of Chewie around him. And it's just going to be so cool. Like it's going to,
I have to agree, Matt, I have to agree with you. I think that anybody with a Chewie bust, these will be a great counterpart, because that whole scene specifically ties around, our introduction to Chewie, his overall demeanor, his strength, his, sort of the humor between him and Han is presented at the hollow chest table when he's playing with 3PO. So yeah, I think it's a great way to display it for sure.
Well, Jason, even if someone has the head, right, the Regal Robot head, it'll look,
that is true.
They'll display so well with it. So I don't know. I agree. Couldn't stop myself. But that said, I will say that I've been noticing that a lot of people talking in just comments and just other things about, there's been a lot of, it's been funny watching how people talk about the set, especially people that just don't understand what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like these aren't statues. They're prop replicas, and they're made to be exactly what you see pretty much, what they made for the movie. And, man, it's just been really interesting to see how people talk about this set.
Look, I mean, the price is a major part of this, right? It's just overwhelming, the price, and I can easily see how people get focused on that. Yeah, completely focused on it. I don't blame anybody for getting focused on the price. Yeah, because look, we have issues with the price, right? So I mean,
well, but the thing that I think people a lot of times when they talk about this, what they miss is they don't talk about lineage. They talk about these things as if they're statues, or as if they are just some sort of prop that's like made to look like something. It's like, no, like these actually have lineage. I've been talking with Jason a little bit about this. Star Wars to me is such a unique thing to collect, because like, what else can you claim lineage on? Like, what else has lineage? Marvel, DC, freaking bullshit. Like they don't have, they got nothing, maybe Star Trek with some things, but like But like Star Wars has lineage with things, and that's I think super valuable. So you can't. You got to.
Yeah, really. It's kind of like you either do this, or for the other franchises, you've got to buy screen use props and stuff. Really,
right.
To get that stuff, honestly,
right.
So,
and you also going back to the lineage discussion, Matt. What's also interesting is when you have the people who were involved in making the original prop making this. So there's no other collectible, right?
True.
Statues, 6 skills, even found parts, things like that, other than the actual screen use pieces. Very rarely do you have somebody that is a participant in the, in creating the item that you're adding to your collection. But that person has also been a large part or a large contributing factor to these other large pop iconology things that we're all familiar with, such as blockbuster movies from our childhoods and things like that. So Star Wars is in a very niche position, a very specific position, especially with lineage, because there's a lot more to it, and there's a lot more exacting details. Like you said, it's not something that looks like something. It's not something that is made to sort of be in the style of it. It is a carbon copy of what you've seen and witnessed, and then you have the person or persons that were responsible for making the original coming in and actually consulting and or working directly on the actual prop replica. I mean, you really don't, and I don't think there isn't anything else where you see that or find that.
Yeah. Well, and Heinrich is saying Lineage is a sideshow Salacious Crumb, which was life size and cost $400 and made sculpted by Tony McVeigh, which is true. I mean, it doesn't mean that everything Lineage has to be super expensive. But that said, correct. What is that Salacious Crumb go for now?
Yeah.
Couple thousand. And here's another thing. That's actually, I'm glad that was brought up. So Matt, you're right. That now sells for what? Between 25 to 35 on secondary market.
Right.
So this is where there's a little bit of divide. So Tony sculpted the master. Okay. That master was then sent to a factory and I don't want to say mass produced by the thousands. It wasn't. It was a low edition, but it was still, here's a master, and then it was sent to a factory overseas to replicate that. And then they took, a great sculpt, and they added, cost-cutting features such as plastic eyes and synthetic hair of lower value. And there was a lot of cost-cutting for mass production, which happens in a corporate setting. But when you have, and I'm just using Regal Robot as an example, but when you have something like Regal Robot, what they're doing is they're going back and saying, okay, not only is this person sculpting it, but how did they do it, and how do we replicate it exactly? So it's all being done by hand. So if there's an edition of 77 of these, all 77 are being replicated by hands. And it's not just a quality control, it's to make sure that they match those details exactly. So yes, Tony did sculpt the sideshow Salacious that was released some years ago, but he sculpted the master. No different than, Grogu / Baby Yoda by Legacy Effects. They sculpted and presented the master, but that master then went to a factory and was mass produced. So it loses, there's still lineage, but it loses a little bit there. There's a little bit of a divide.
And I mean, look, RS Prop Masters make lineage helmets all the time that are reasonable, right? So I'm not saying that there's a lot of other contributing factors.
Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't always have to, lineage doesn't always have to mean it costs.
No, I'm just saying that the reason I bring that up is because I hear a lot of people talking about this set and they don't mention lineage. And I feel like lineage is a very big part of this set. That's all. Yeah. I don't think it has to be. Yeah. I don't think it's all of the price. That's not what I'm saying.
Lineage, involvement of the original creator, and signatures. All those things add to the base cost of, say, a sideshow premium format statue, right?
And you might not know, like we don't know who knows what Phil Tippett it costs Phil Tippett to allow, for them to make this thing, like who knows what if Phil Tippett's making money, or if whoever the signature people are, we don't know where the money's going, is what I'm saying. Right. So you just don't know where that cost is.
But with all that being said, if the price bothered you, I'm with you, because the price bothered me too.
Bothered me too. Yeah,
I really, really, really struggled with this. But let's move on to the next area. So this one for me was, to me, the biggest and most oh, we just lost Jason. Bummer. The biggest and most under-mentioned announcement of the day. NYC and a company, I don't know, we'll call them a company, Merlin Models, are teaming up to do master replica, studio scale size.
It's crazy.
Ships completed, not model kits, but fully. What's that, Jason? Yeah. Hey, Jason.
Hey, guys, sorry about that.
No worries. But let's see what I say. Finished, painted, and based. I don't know what based is. Collectibles in extremely limited quantities. So here we go. We finally got somebody making fully complete ships.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And it's NYC, right? And all the things that we've come to trust in Michael.
Yeah.
The reliability. Go ahead.
Well, the question here is, and I think I mentioned this to a couple of you guys, but like, will the accuracy and the paint apps and all that, will they be able to do what people want for this type of stuff? I don't know. We honestly, we have no idea how this is going to work out. I think we're hoping to talk to Michael and them at some point. About the partnership, to see, just kind of have everyone understand what's going on. But like, that's amazing.
If it's, I mean, I don't know much about Merlin Models. Jason, do you know anything about them?
Yeah, I know a little bit about them. I actually have been talking off and on with Ethan for quite a few months. So I think in order to stay away from potentially, just describing anything incorrectly, both Ethan and Michael, I spoke with both of them today, and I think that we're going to maybe sit down with them and have them discuss in further detail exactly what to expect from the partnership, exactly what to expect moving forward, and just to sort of give us an idea of what exactly we'll be getting. So there's no, loss of translation there as far as what the imagination can bring to the mind's eye. So, but I think, what the level of quality and detail that we not only receive and now expect from NYC is sort of what Merlin Models delivers in from a model perspective.
These look, just scrolling through his page, they look great, Jason.
They do.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
And I trust Michael. I don't think Michael's just going to team up with anybody, right?
Yeah, not at all. And these guys do things in different scales, which is interesting. Even though we have, an idea of what studio scale is, it's usually anywhere between, 1/18th, 1/24th, 1/72, etc. But these guys will offer various models in different scales. You can either get it in a digital file, or you can actually get it as a kit and, go ahead and build it from there. So it's great.
And Aaron's question right here is what
it's a great question.
That's a very good question. And that's exactly what I've been wondering since this announcement is first of all, Yost and what he does with Jazz Inc. is fantastic. He does really good work, really great stuff. What I think some of us have some issues with here and there is some of the paint apps, right? And I think for the most part, his model, everything he makes is very, very good. And I hope that they have a level of accuracy that rivals that, at least, maybe even goes beyond it. But the question is paint. Will they be able to make this thing look like it's somewhat an accurate level of what it's supposed to look like? I don't know. I mean, that's tough, right?
I'm hoping we'll have to see. Right?
I know. Would you be down?
I think that's one thing we're all curious about, right?
Yeah. Steve, would you be down for a lot of these if they?
I've said it from day one. Absolutely. I'm doomed.
My gosh.
I'm so screwed.
See, when I was talking to you, Jason, I mentioned that I don't know if I'd want to get everything, but I'd be really excited for an AT-AT. Like to not have to go out and buy a master replica AT-AT would be really awesome. If it's good in quality. And then I'm sure there's some other things. Tantive, I don't know. I mean, there might be a couple other things that, we don't know exactly what they're going to make, but like there might be some things that I would jump on.
Yeah.
Be really cool.
Okay, next up. Here's another big deal today. Sideshow announced their premium format Ahsoka from Rebels. First thoughts, guys?
I think
it looks great.
I mean,
why is it just launched right into these Mirai pictures? That's just weird.
I like it. So here's let me put some context around this. Tomorrow, what am I? Jason, you're echoing like crazy. By the way, thanks for. I don't want to hear what my voice sounds like from your side, Jason. Like that doesn't help me. So no. Tomorrow, I'm telling you right now. Tomorrow, they're coming out with. I think they're going to come out with Vader in the same scene, right? I really do. I think they're going to come out with the Vader in this like fight scene in Rebels. And if they do that, this is going to be a crazy set. Like I don't see how you don't get this. I already like this straight up because I know my kids love Ahsoka. And I think it's going to be great to pick this up. But if they come out with a Vader with this, oh my gosh.
Yeah. My first reaction to it was I don't particularly love the base or the pose or the devil horns. I'm trying to get this to grow on me because that idea of having Vader next to her and have the two of them is really appealing.
Yeah.
And just having an Ahsoka statue is
you're not wrong, Steve. Like there's some choices they made that's like, guys, like how why do you keep making weird choices? Like when Mando's walking with the Mando they made and he's got a weird strut. Like why are you making these choices? I mean, the fingers thing is it's kind of weird.
And see here, the way her back is hunched over, that bothers me. The way she's leaning so far forward on this. I think if she was more erect, it would look better.
I bet you would like that. Listen, I think I don't have any problem with the pose or look, the base is fine to me especially if they come out the Vader. If they come out the Vader and it's the similar base, which I would have to be, it's going to make this piece just ridiculous. And the fingers thing, I that's the one thing that I don't really understand.
Yeah, I don't remember her doing that.
Tractor says they teased the Vader statue. They've teased a Vader statue. I think you're right. I think that's the one, but we haven't seen it, right? We've seen like a silhouette of a Vader. So who knows exactly what's going on there? But
yeah, I can show what that looks like in there. Go back over here. Stop. Let's see.
Is it in the?
There was towards the beginning that I saw it pretty clearly.
This is only the light side stuff. They're showing the dark side stuff.
Right. No. What I mean is you can see it in the background of the room.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice it? It's on. No. Yeah, it's on the left hand side of the room. It's on a pedestal.
I noticed someone put up something in a group that I saw and so I was actually this morning, I was like, oh, cool. They're going to come out with Vader or some kind of Vader. Right. But the more I heard them talk about the Ahsoka statue and the base and how it's like, it's the duel of Ahsoka and Vader, the more I was like, all right, they're coming out, they're doing the Vader. And I just don't see how they don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not finding it right now, but it was in his background on a pedestal over to the left of the room. It was clearly Vader.
But you couldn't tell if it was that Vader, right? Like, I mean, that's a very
you
very specific looking Vader. No. But how cool is that? That's like that Vader is kind of got like a McQuarrie look to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
This is the best. Right. This is the best angle, I think, of the statue.
Sure.
And if you put the two of them next to each other facing off like this,
it'd be cool.
I think that would look really good. I don't like the way she looks at the other angles facing head on.
I hope they make I hope they make Vader with the switch out with the head, or an exclusive with the head broken open. You know, the helmet broken open with the face inside of it. Like,
yeah,
that to me makes a hell of a lot of sense. Like, I don't know. There's just so much they can do. It's crazy.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll be spending a lot of deposit money tomorrow.
I know. I know. I'm already getting this. This is already ordered because I know.
Okay.
Yeah, my girls love Ahsoka, and I do too. I like her too, but they just love her. And
what do you think about Morai?
it looks cool. I mean, I don't know. That wasn't. She wasn't like. It's never like. It's like never sitting next to her.
No, I think if you display it, you can't have it like this. You have to have it kind of higher up in the background somehow. Just build I've done it before where I've built a little ledge on my display and attached the ledge with using Velcro on my, and it's sitting up there. You know, Jason, what about you? What do you think about this?
I think it looks good, but again, Ahsoka is always a tough subject because I don't know a lot about her, so I don't like getting flamed.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
I think aesthetically she's a very appealing character, but you know, and this is one thing I usually don't subscribe to is when people say, well, I don't have a connection to the character, because I'm all about, well, if a character looks badass, then they look badass. That's all they really need, and especially in the Star Wars universe. But Ahsoka's very specific looking, and people tend to love her for who she is and for who her character is. And I don't know enough about her character, and I feel, I'm embarrassed to say, but I just haven't got that vested into the Clone Wars yet. So I think it looks great, though. I think it's a great piece.
Yeah, I think a lot of us watched Clone Wars over the years, right, and developed this affection for the character, for lack of a better term.
Of course.
And you know, back from Snips, from when she was Snips, was like, oh my god, I can't stand this character. You know, but I remember that. I remember not liking her at all. Yeah. And then just over time, just loving the character. Yeah.
Cece says, I feel like the owl looks too animated compared to Ashoka, which she corrected herself. But maybe it needs to grow on me. So yeah, I don't think I think you're seeing some of the same things other people are seeing, Steve. I just think that it's tough. Ahsoka is one of those ones that people will forgive a lot of things on, just because, like, if you don't get your perfect Ahsoka, it's still Ahsoka. And, you know, I mean, you don't get a lot of Ahsoka stuff. We haven't.
Well, there are two customs coming out.
There are, yeah.
And I think NYC is going to be doing I think it looks like a Mando.
They're doing the Mando one, I believe.
A Mando, and then the company that I don't like to repeat the name, but we'll just call them D. Yeah. D is doing an earlier version, I think, like a Clone Wars version of Ahsoka, I think is what it is. And so that'll be nice to have those options as well. But they are three distinct looks. Younger, so Clone Wars Ahsoka, Rebels Ahsoka, and Mando Ahsoka.
It's true. It's true.
Very different.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm happy. Look, I'm happy this thing looks good. Like, when Mando came out, for Sideshow Mando came out, it was such a disappointment. Like, I tried really hard to like it. Yeah. And it just was so hard. And I feel bad for people. I mean, some people like it, which is fine. But, you know, I feel bad for people that were excited for that. And they just didn't like it. You know, this actually looks really good. And especially if they come out with that Vader, to accompany this thing, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be just, I hope the Vader comes out good too, but it's going to be pretty amazing.
The other thing is the price. I think it was $585.
Not bad.
It's hysterical, right? To be looking at a price like that and saying, oh, thank God it's cheap.
Well, look at Hot Toys these days. I mean, that's all you have to look. You don't have to look anywhere else. Look at Hot Toys.
Yeah, you're right.
It's crazy.
Absolutely right. Let's see. Any particular Hot Toys you guys want to look at?
We definitely don't want to look at all of them, but Mike, we'll look at all of them on Friday, guys, just so you know. But
we're not going to go through all of them.
There's so many of them. It's crazy. And I think aren't they coming out with more tomorrow?
They may be. I think so.
Jeez.
I think so.
This one really caught my eye.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So all the folks that went out, got the 3D printed Blurg and all that. I was very tempted to go out and pick one up on my own. I'm really happy to see Hot Toys doing one, and he just the live video where they were on Sideshow, they were going through it. Yeah, this is a great picture. I think he looks outstanding here. Did I lose Matt? Yeah, looks like it.
I think this. I really like this piece. I think it's great that Hot Toys is re-releasing the original Mando costume so quickly after release. Only because we're getting into this bad habit of people just siphoning Hot Toys for the pure sake of thinking, what's the flip value, what's the market value of these things. So I like that. They threw this in there just to kind of, throw off the fact that the original Mando is less than 6 months, so that's good. But I like that it gives people the opportunity to purchase it without having to pay $500, and you can get the 2-pack for what I think it's $555 priced at. So I like the idea of the Blurg. It's a little bit of an odd looking creature. It looks a little bit like a fish to me, but where I have. It's funny. I say this often. Some of my favorite pieces of 6 scale are actually Sideshow, because I like the Dio aspect of diorama. Having to do back to Tauntaun and even Jabba, I think this is something I'm probably going to get, only because I like the idea of adding this into that setup of having the creature. I think it's going to look good.
Yeah, there's something about a display that's just basically all 6 scale figures. That makes it very. It's not an exciting display where you just have rows of 6 scale, but when you can mix this in the middle of it, it just gives the display just a much better aesthetic. It's much more dynamic and enjoyable to look at. So I think this would look fantastic in the middle of a Mando display.
I agree.
I'm gonna have to get this. This
I'm thinking about. Surprisingly, I'm thinking about getting it too.
Really? Okay.
Well, I've started to think about it like there's some Hot Toys pieces that don't look like Hot Toys. Like, like that looks like a piece of art. Like that's you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah. It looks amazing. And so that's what I'm thinking about. I think I'm going to kind of choose some specific pieces to get here and there.
Yeah. So that's one that's definitely on I've got my eyes on. And then I don't think guys gotta remind me, I don't think they previously shown this before, but the Swoop Bike, they haven't shown that before, have they?
They have. They previewed it.
They have.
They have it.
Okay. That was really impressive looking in the video.
It's crazy, right?
Oh man, I couldn't believe how amazing they look. Let's see if I can jump forward to that part in here.
I was surprised at how dark this whole display was.
Yeah, they're trying to hide all the stuff in the back, right? So you don't see everything.
Crazy.
So first of all, can somebody slap the Sideshow people who decided to put a banner that takes up a quarter of the screen
I know,
across the entire guys, it does not have to be that damn big or that opaque. Put it in the corner somewhere. The whole time I'm like, get the freaking banner out of the way so I can see the base on this thing. It's so dumb. So irritating with that. But anyway, this looks really good. I don't think
the problem is all the bloods come out of their head because they're all lifting weights so much over at Sideshow.
Yeah, I know we laugh about that. I still don't get that. I'm really confused by it.
By what? By what?
You get a bunch of juice heads showcasing Star Wars collectibles. It makes no sense.
No, it's so funny.
And what's even worse, I could care less that they're juice heads. They don't even know what they're talking about.
No, I know.
They're like, look at this cool Magneto figure on the Swoop Bike. Like, he's got great accessories.
Yeah.
It's it's the oddest thing I've ever seen.
This guy wasn't a Star Wars guy either. There were things that he was saying during it. It's like, oh, dude.
Oh, he just wings it. He makes it up as he goes along.
Yeah, it must be really hard to find Star Wars.
But this is huge. I mean,
It's massive.
I wonder how long. It's maybe close to 3 feet. I don't know. It's quite big.
It's an interesting piece. I like the detail on it.
So today they announced. Okay, and if I missed something, let me know. Echo and Hunter. Okay, which I watched that first episode today and slept through most of it.
What?
I found
I
found it so boring.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have to watch it again to make sure I
gotta watch it.
Drugged up or something. But it was like dull.
This might be the problem. Okay, maybe we found the problem.
This guy's gorgeous. What are you talking about? Look at that head.
Yeah, well, he's
it's
also
beautiful.
not a Star Wars guy.
The Blurg, the Mando and the Blurg, the Stormtrooper Commander, Rise of Skywalker, Kylo Ren saw the Queel, and then they had this really interesting six scale set of Grogu, 3 Grogu pieces, and then there was a Loth cat and a frog.
Yeah,
and I really want that Loth cat. Out of all the pieces in that whole cat,
you gonna go for it?
I just want the Loth cat. I think maybe what I'll try to do.
Holy shit!
Is buy that and then sell and then keep the Loth cat. And sell everything else.
They got you with the Loth cat.
It's kind of cool. I give it to him. It's kind of cool.
If I could get a life-size Loth cat statue, I'd be all over it. I love it.
It's a possibility, maybe. I mean, so the question is, Steve, are you? What? How?
See, I'm not the only one. Look at this. Just real quick. The collector fell asleep during Bad Batch as well. Just for the record. Go. You were saying?
How far are you gonna what level are you gonna stay with Hot Toys?
Oh God.
Because I know you're selling some of them and you're getting. I mean, you're kind of transitioning a little bit. So
yeah, I've got 5 listed on eBay right now. It's so hard. It's I go back and forth the whole time, right? But I saw so many things today that I just
they're gonna just ring you back in on it.
It's so hard. I mean, imagine if the Bad Batch is a good show, and you could have the whole gang, right? All posed and looking.
I guess.
To me, I love it's freaking sets. Sets of things
I know.
Is my weakness. If they're expensive, I need the complete set.
My problem is, and I can't. This is what I can't square in my head anymore. Is I can't. To me, Hot Toys don't really look very good next to my helmets. I don't think they do. Hot Toys don't look very good next to my quarter scale statues. I don't think, at least they do. Hot Toys don't look very good next to my freaking Chewie bust and my Regal Robot stuff. So what am I going to do with them? That's my problem right now. I don't know what to do with them.
What I've said is the way to display mixed scales is with a vertical divider, some sort of divider between them. So you'll notice I don't, in my display, I don't mix scales unless there's a door seam in between them or a shelf in between them or whatever.
Yeah.
I need, if you don't have a divider, I don't think it looks good. So having a statue standing next to a helmet, I've never personally liked the way that looks. But if you put a vertical divider, like a door seam in between them, it looks a ton better. It frames it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, that's what I need. That's when it's going to fix everything. The collector says dioramas, which I kind of agree with this. I think, to me, Hot Toys look really good when they become more than just, a Hot Toy standing there kind of on its own or with other, you know what I mean? Like, because I really do. I think Hot Toys are amazing. I just don't think that with what I've got, I have a hard time figuring out why, like the Blurg and the Mandalorian, that's cool. To me, that's really cool. And I think you could, that feels like different. It feels different.
Put Bo-Katan with this Death Watch Mando next to her, it's going to look awesome.
But yeah, you're right. And there's a difference too between some of the helmeted characters. You're right. There's like some of the troopers and helmeted characters look a lot more were keepable,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, than some of the like non-helmeted characters, I think. But I don't know. That's just of course, it's my own opinion. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. I still have some. I'm still thinking about getting some here and there. I just don't know. But the bigger problem is that the amount of money you spend.
Yeah.
They're coming out with these things like they're freaking Black Series figures.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, you gotta, it's something's gotta give somewhere, especially if you collect statues and you know, if you're getting anywhere near collecting Regal Robot stuff, you gotta make a choice somewhere that's not possible. Right. So that's my issue. I wish I could just collect Hot Toys just so I could turn around and sell them at some point. They're worth so much money once that, you know, once you
give it a year, man. It's like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. All right. So another interesting thing that came out today was Sideshow announced this animated. It looks like an animated line.
Dude, this is brilliant by them, by the way.
It's perfect for that. It's really smart.
It's really smart.
And it looks really good. You know, it looks like the show.
It does.
I don't think I would collect this, but especially
super smart.
Yeah, especially since Hot Toys already did some quasi-animated stuff, or like the Ahsoka figure that they're doing.
Ish.
You know,
I think Sideshow was super smart because they probably heard from Hot Toys they weren't gonna go animated style, and they probably were like, "Great, we'll do the animated style," and people can have a choice at that point, right? That's like this is brilliant.
Yeah,
because you know Hot Toys isn't doing these, right? You know they aren't. They're going straight realistic style with everything, and so it's perfect for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a real surprise. So,
I mean, they look good.
They'll go deep on this, dude. I think.
Yeah, they will.
I think they'll make Cad Bane. They'll make a bunch of them.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, something that came up today was this. Hey Matt, I got to step away from your computer for a few minutes here. Sure. Why don't you pull up the link to this and scroll through some of these prints?
Yeah, I can do that.
You guys can talk about them. I do need to step aside.
Okay. Let's see here, guys. Hold on one second. Let me pull that up. While Steve goes and takes a shit, let me see here. Jason, you still there? Am I by myself?
I'm still here.
Oh, that's good. Okay. I don't want to be by my lonesome.
I would never leave you by yourself.
Did you buy some prints today, Jason?
I did. I was lucky enough to grab the ESB foil Lawrence Noble Empire Strikes Back foil from Bottleneck.
Okay.
And hey, hats off to Mike Collier for throwing somebody under the bus for flipping it on eBay. And Bottleneck said, "All right, well, we're gonna snatch this one and send you the invoice and sell it to you."
Damn, really?
Savage.
Love
it though. Yeah, he said I emailed Bottleneck, sent the link to the eBay auction. They sent me an invoice for the poster.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's doing it right. That is doing it right.
Freaking brilliant. Holy shit.
But nobody likes a snitch. Come on, Mike. No, I'm kidding. I think that's great. Hats off to him, because I don't think he did it with any, I don't think he did it expecting anything. I think that was just a pleasant surprise. But shame on the person for buying it at 12 o'clock and listing it on eBay at 12:02. Come on, guys.
That's just dumb.
Yeah, let's take a couple breaths first before we relist these things.
But this is awesome, dude. Okay, so I mentioned I told you about these yesterday?
Yes,
Jason, when they came out. I just so everyone knows, I jumped on one of the Bottleneck prints and one of the Mondo prints, and we can talk about those. But I jumped on I was able to get the foil variant of this print. which is it's a Pablo Oliveira print, 18 by 24. Beautiful. I mean, he's on a bantha. Like I don't think we see him on a bantha ever. I don't give a shit.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a bantha.
Like,
I'm going fast, man.
I don't care if I never see him on a bantha.
Here's the thing, Matt. I like the Virgin variant. I like it without the moniker, without the Mandalorian moniker. But yeah, it looks good.
I love it. I went for the foil because I'm a sucker for the foil.
So shiny and pretty.
I know. I'm a sucker for it. So, but that's one of the ones that I got. Loved it. They also had, so they had some more here. They had this Ahsoka print. That's cool, I guess. This one, oh, come on. There we go. This one, I mean, I don't know. This one looked a little too cartoony to me, maybe. Photoshoppy to me.
Very Photoshoppy, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the other one is too. I don't know, but I couldn't with this one. And then there was one, Jason, that you got, right?
Yeah.
You got this.
And that's that bad boy. Yep.
This is really cool.
It's interesting, guy. I talked to Chris earlier, and he said, "Oh, you're going for the video game cover one." And it took me a minute to click, and I said, "Oh, the Atari, yeah, old Atari cartridge."
Yeah,
it looks exactly like it. Yeah,
yeah. I thought that was pretty neat.
I've been looking to pick up that old video game advertisement poster for a while now. I'd love to have that. That game I played so much as a kid. I love that, and I've always liked the look of the cover. So,
Steve, cool. Did you hear what Jason said that?
No,
was it Mike did? Was it Mike that did that?
Yes.
Yep. So let's tell him, Jason. It's freaking fantastic.
So, for that bottleneck print, was it the Noble, the Lawrence Noble, the one we were just talking about?
Yeah.
So a few minutes, maybe not a few minutes, but like always, I think it retailed for $85. It sold out instantly. Even when I had put it in my cart, I was checking out. I got through and I got the text message, "Thank you for your purchase." But within like milliseconds, I went back and it said it was gone. It was sold out by 12:33 seconds. So someone had it on eBay for, I think, $289.99, like within minutes. So Mike Collier, if I'm saying his last name correctly, he had sent the link. He emailed the link to the eBay auction to Bottleneck, and a few minutes later, they responded to him with an invoice to purchase the poster.
He stole the poster from the guy on eBay.
That's awesome.
Bravo.
That's amazing. Good for you, sir.
That is awesome.
What a great story.
It is. That's fantastic.
What do you think of those Grogu ones right there? Does that do anything for anybody?
No,
gives me a headache.
What's with the horizontal line in his eyes? Looks like he's underwater.
I don't know. Aren't these the same? Didn't they do like a series of Yoda prints? Is it the same guy?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, it's weird. It's almost like is he tearing up? What's going on? Why are his eyes half full of water? I can't.
They're filling up. They're filling up.
Right.
Are they half full or half empty? I'm kidding.
That's a good way to think about it, Jason. On this May the 4th, let's think of him as half full.
Okay.
Of course, with my taste, these will be worth $500.
I know. That's a problem.
That's why I grabbed them in every color, Steve.
Did you tell me you did? You?
No. I'm kidding.
All right. Because I wouldn't be surprised. You have an amazing instinct for what's going to be worth something in the future.
It looks like his mouth is stitched together too. It's kind of terrifying. But then the other thing they sold was this set of 3, which is pretty cool. I'm usually a sucker for these, and so I almost did this too, but
oh man,
but I have too many,
taking up a lot of space. I
know. I've got too many unframed prints that I can't do. And by the way, just so anyone knows, I don't think anyone really knows about Bottleneck's framing, but they do custom framing. and their framing is not that much. It's not that crazy. Like for an 18 by 24, it's about $150, and it comes out looking very, very nice.
Do you have anything from Frame It Easy also?
Yeah, I have some things with Frame It Easy. Yeah.
How would you compare BNG versus Frame It Easy?
I think BNG is much better because they actually mat it. It comes to you framed, matted. It's very nice. It's very nice. And it's not that expensive. So it's less than what you'd be doing for Sideshow. I think Sideshow's matting is a little nicer, but at the same time, I think
Sideshow usually has the pinstripe matting around.
Really nice. Really nice.
Look, as we talk about Sideshow, I'm not trying to rain on anything they do. But Matt, as we talk more about prints, right? When Sideshow does this whole automated signature, it's just adding insult to injury on top of a G-Clay. So it's one of those things where it's like, that's just, I get that they have to get things out to people so people don't complain and people don't start barraging their customer service with, where's my print that I ordered a month ago, 2 months ago. But, the process of producing prints, getting them to the artist, signing them, numbering them, sending them back, it's a bit of a process. I'd rather have the artist's hand signature, official signature, and not a machine emulating their signature. That drives me crazy. So with that said, when you have somebody like Jerry Vandestill, for example, whenever Sideshow releases a print, he always releases some of that edition himself. And if you buy it directly from him on the artist's site, I'm not trying to take business away from Sideshow's site, but if you buy it directly from Jerry, you're going to get him physically hand signing it. You're not going to get a machine trying to copy his signature.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Huh.
That's a good point, but whatever, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to if you care about that or not, right? That not everyone.
Well, the signature, I mean, you don't want a machine signing, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, like if I'm gonna get it from Sideshow and I can get the print framed and actually pay for a nice matting and it matches the other one I've got, like I don't care. I don't necessarily need Vader signature. But that's right, to each their own. That's what I'm saying. It may matter a lot to you, and so that's a good point though. I mean, you can that's even the same with you can get prints off of Alex Ross's site, or Dave Dorman's site.
Correct.
You don't have to go to Sideshow or Acme Arts to get that kind of thing. So, Aaron's saying we're talking about the G-Clay thing again.
No, it's just more the signature. I think that's one step where you're right, Matt. There's certain things that actually don't matter, and it shouldn't. But something, that's fixed into the price when you're buying a signed edition. But when it's a machine copying somebody's signature, it's just that's a little too outside the box and a little too weird for me. I'd rather have somebody's real signature. And, it's just a cost-cutting factor that Sideshow had just one more thing thrown into the mix. And it's one of those things where it just kind of, it's weird. It's weird for me.
I agree with you. They should hand sign them like that. Yeah. That should be what's happening. I'm just saying that there's some people that just don't care as much about that. So, but this is a really beautiful print from Mondo. This is an actual screen print. Like it's like a 12 color screen print. And this is surprisingly still available. It is a timed edition. So they are selling this until I think Friday or something like that. But this is freaking awesome. It's got it's got a bunch of characters in it, a bunch of cool, like CZ3 in the background. I mean,
I like this one. This is 18. This is 24 by 36.
What is this? Hold on. This is, where is this? 30. Yeah, 24 by 36. Yep.
Yeah, I would like it smaller. I don't know about huge, but I would like it smaller.
I agree. Mondos aren't small though, ever.
No, they're full size posters, right?
They're massive. Yeah.
Yeah. I like this. Not enough to get it to be this big because it's a lot of real estate to take up. But I do like it.
It's so freaking sick to me. I just really like it.
And then they got the Tanaka sisters up there on the top of the steps, which is kind of neat. Just some of the neat things that they have in here.
Oh, so cool. A bunch of different. I mean, Boba Fett. This isn't like a scene from the movie. This guy just kind of decided he wanted to do like a moment in time of them walking down the you know, the you know, in Tatooine kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just cool, man. I just think it's really cool. And they have different variants. The variants are all sold out. Obviously they sold out in like 2 seconds, but yeah, it's just a fun print. And so this is still available if you want to pick that up. It's on Mondo's site. Yeah. What's next, Steve?
Here, let me share my screen here. Oh, okay. So let's see. There was a Sideshow print that came out today that I did wind up buying.
I'm still on the fence on that one, yeah, but it is beautiful.
So yeah, this guy, his name is Thomas Kincaid.
Yeah,
they've got other prints by him on their site, and I generally don't like them.
Yeah.
But this one I liked a lot.
Yeah.
This one and it also was a little bit smaller than other prints, which is kind of nice. You get 2 different sizes. Plus, it's a limited edition with a decent size, you know. So, yeah, I wound up. I wish you could zoom in better, but I wound up picking this up. This is for me.
Yeah, I think. Jason, do you know? Does Acme Archives just like hold like this? Because I know this has been on Acme Archives, I think, for a while, a long time.
Yes.
So they just kind of decided to sell it through Sideshow.
This one's been on Acme, really?
Yeah. Because Thomas Kincaid died a while ago.
He's well, that's the thing. So Thomas didn't paint all of these, like the Rey one that they put up.
Yeah.
You know, he's been dead for 9 years, so he obviously didn't paint the image of Rey. But it's coming from Kincaid Studios, so it's kind of like the discussion we had a while back, where artists, you know, have, you know, they're interns and assistants and what have you, but it's still in the style of Thomas Kincaid. But yeah, these have been on Acme for a little while, and I think they just transferred them over to Sideshow for May the 4th. But this is actually a great image. Can't go wrong with this.
What do you think? You know, this was a little bit vague because they say it's paper, okay, but they don't talk about how they printed it, and they talk about quality inks and all that. What type of print do you think this is, Jason?
I would say with Kincaid, due to the amount of colors in them, they would have to be something like that. Would have to be giclée, only because you can only reproduce so many colors as a screen print or as an offset lithograph.
I'm sorry.
It's a giclée on giclée.
Come on, we can. I know we have fun with it, but we, you know, in all seriousness, no. Like Matt, remember I was explaining this the other day. There's only so many colors you can accomplish.
Yeah, you have to do it on giclée sometimes.
You get to a point where there's just no way around.
Right.
You know, doing it otherwise. But yeah, I mean, they look great. They do look great.
It looks nice. I like the print. I almost jumped on this one too, but I gotta adjust my.
You gotta be careful. You just can't buy every friggin' nice picture that's out there, right?
Yeah,
no, especially so the Kincaid Studios, they had that. I think it was. I know this sounds very generic, but I think the title of the piece was Battle of Hoth. I could be wrong, but I think that was it. And it was basically the Battle of Hoth, and that was a great piece that they had done. So, you know, something like this where you have, you know, if you have like an ESP theme going on, and you have the Dagobah piece, I think it'll look great.
Yeah.
And then
oh man.
So it was kind of like XM said, "Hey, don't forget about us.
Unbelievable.
We still have things coming, but then, you know, they're not ready today." So it's like, oh well. Somebody said to me in my post that I had forgotten about Iron Studios, Revan and Malik. Iron Studios isn't doing these. This is XM, right?
Correct.
Sorry, XM is doing them. That's the link I had, but there isn't like also a set by Iron Studios.
I mean, they could be doing a 1/10 version of the characters, but I know they're doing some 1/10 versions of Star Wars stuff. And
I'm going to show Grievous here in a minute from that.
Now this is amazing. Like XM's quality is ridiculous. Like
they're really good at dynamic poses.
They're
really good at that.
Keep in mind, guys, too, what XM does, their statues are cold cast porcelain.
Right.
That's a whole nother level of quality for a statue. We're so used to seeing resin, PVC, polystone. This is cold cast porcelain. It's the reason why they're so heavy. It's the reason why it gives off that effect with the paint. It's just I can't believe if Revan being made and painted in the style of how we see XM Luke or XM Maul, it's just that's it. Well, there's no way of topping that.
And Jason, you got to remember too that they've gotten better since XM Luke, right? Like,
yeah, correct.
There's stuff. There's
finer
stuff,
detail.
Yeah, there's stuff currently has the details on their stuff now is crazy. And so, dude, I just can't. Like, I'm with this. I was kind of beside myself because like the Malik, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about Malik personally, but it looks amazing. Like
I think I'm gonna go for both of these. And Matt, really you know that I'm not a huge statue guy. I try not to take up too much real estate with statues, but I'm 100% on both of these.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm 100% on Revan. I don't know about Malik, but I'm tempted.
Revan for sure. If only because it's going to be worth an insane amount of money when the after a couple of years after it's sold out. It's just Revan is such a hugely popular character.
Yeah, it's true.
But these look fantastic. You go to XM and suddenly you're in a different world completely with the dynamicism and
it's crazy.
Detail. It's great. So some people thought that they weren't going to do this anymore. But I hadn't heard that, so it was really good to see some confirmation that they're going to come out with this. It's just XM, man. When?
I know.
When are you going to do it?
I know.
Yeah. Even when we saw this the last time we saw this, was it 6 months ago?
Yeah, it was a while. I mean, I don't think everyone saw those. I could be wrong. I don't think those were public. Those pictures.
Really?
I think we got a glimpse of them, but
okay. Never mind then.
yeah, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe they were out there. I just know that they're putting them out now. I think I want to say they might be out towards the end of the year. Maybe is what I think I've heard here and there, but I don't know.
Look what Trexler says. It looks like the bases fit together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that.
Did they ever fight each other in
No.
In the comics? Okay. I don't know. I don't know about them. I just think that they're badass looking, right?
Oh, they look so cool.
They just look fantastic, right? I'm not sure if it would make sense for the bases to connect to one another.
You can expect these in 2022 with XM's track record. Yeah, that's probably.
Taylor says yes.
Yes, that they did fight each other.
Yeah, can you clarify that, Taylor? Did they actually fight?
Didn't Revan was a Sith or something, and he turned light side, didn't he? Or was it the opposite? Was he light side?
No, he kind of had that Mace Windu thing going on. He was kind of half bad, half good. That's why he has the different sabers.
Not to spoil a 2003 game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So apparently they fought one another. Fight,
yeah,
it's in 2003.
It's from Knights of the Old Republic, isn't it? I think.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm with you, Steve. I don't know the exact situation of. I know a little more about Revan than I do Malik, but at the same time, I do think they look incredible. I'm excited to see these actually, like real, fully painted and more pictures would be awesome.
So I think probably the last group that we should go through tonight is the NYC things that they came out with today.
Sure.
So why don't I go ahead and pull some of those up?
And just so everyone knows, again, we will be going through stuff in more detail on Friday. we're gonna talk through all this stuff again.
Yeah, so this is a teaser explaining those underwater bases that they showed.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do Kit Fisto again, which is exciting.
It's going to be interesting to see the tentacle things, like how that all works and how it looks and how it like displays. Like, I don't know. That's the one thing I just don't know. I don't know how that's going to look. I mean, they do such a great job with this stuff, but
yeah, going all out with them too. They're really flared out.
I know they're underwater.
But definitely looking forward to this with MIC.
Yeah,
all those, the more Jedis they can do, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of neat to see. And then this blew me away today.
Oh yeah,
This Plo Koon, love it.
yeah. See, I'm more of a light side guy, but I still I don't know, man. Some of these like Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, I don't know, man. I just don't know.
No, not for you.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, you got to draw a line somewhere, and everybody's going to draw it in a little bit different place, right?
Well, yeah, and it's not really just drawing a line. It's more like you really have to say no to some things, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want it, but I'm still very unsure. I've got to see these things in more detail and go from there. I mean, one thing we didn't talk about is, which I'm sure we'll talk about on Friday, is Anakin, Mythos Anakin, right?
Yeah, there was no, right. Yeah,
we'll talk more about that on Friday, but,
okay, yeah.
But that's another light side character, right? So there's a decent amount coming out, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And then their last one was just a real quick reminder of them doing a Scout Trooper.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that looks nice and clean.
It looks great. I'm sure it's going to be better than the one that's tripping over the log, right? From Sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's giving people like one of these. That's going to be great.
Lots of cool stuff coming our way from them.
Hopefully we will have another update for you guys on Infus Nest.
Yeah.
We do have something we could show, but we don't. There's not enough of something yet. I don't think. I think we kind of want maybe a couple more things to make a video on it. But it's coming along.
I don't think, because we can see the whole thing now. It's just, it's small. We have a video of it, and it's small, and I don't think it'll show very well.
Yeah, I want to get some images and some other things that we can show, but it looks great so far. So, does a great job.
I think that's a general survey of the things that were released today. The Sideshow premium formats, the posters, all the hot toys.
Yeah, and again, we'll go deeper on Friday, guys. We don't want to go over exactly the same thing both times. So we'll talk through all the hot toys, look at all the pictures, and I mean, it's going to be fairly long one, Steve, probably on Friday.
Well, yeah, if we spend the usual amount of time we do on a single piece, I have 32 links right now. I'm at 32 links. Just
and there's gonna be more tomorrow. Then
there will be more tomorrow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think we'll see? Do you think we'll see another? What do you think we'll see tomorrow? You think we'll see a couple hot toys?
Wow, let's come back here. They're all up here. They're all in the background. At least the Sideshow pieces are. Okay, so let's see. Is this only light side they're showing here?
Yeah, it's only light side.
Wish I had that video. Wish I could remember where that was.
At the end. Some people said it was at the end.
At the end?
Maybe it's at the end.
So I swear I saw Vader.
Yeah, but that was on the red side. That was like when it was red or something. So I don't know if they have two different areas of the room.
Oh, I don't know now.
See, I kind of think they might do the Vader with that goes with Ahsoka, and then maybe a Mythos piece, like another Mythos piece that show. But they don't really show too many of those when they come out with them. I think they'll show some more Hot Toys. I think they'll.
Well, they didn't show the Anakin dark side head for the Mythos piece. When they were describing the Anakin Mythos, they said he came with 2 heads.
Oh, so you think it'll be a dark side head?
They said it would be a dark side.
Oh, they
head.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that'll be.
Yeah, there was only one Anakin statue today, right? Just the Mythos. I just want to make sure I got that right. Yeah, there was only. I can only think of the one statue. They said that it had a swap out head and that it was dark side.
Okay.
Which is going to make, I don't really care for the head that they showed on the Mythos as it is.
No, not at all.
So I'm hoping that dark side head that they show will improve it.
Are you, Steve? Are you going to get Obi-Wan? It's a tough one, dude. I don't.
Yeah, and what's his name? Kyber released an updated photo of him today. Still not complete of the entire thing, but he's looking better and better every time you see him.
I am excited for you to get something in your hands because I'm still unconvinced. But that said, I do think in looking at this, it was funny when the guy was talking about the statue in the video today, or he's talking about the Obi-Wan Mythos piece, and he's talking about how Sideshow does such a beautiful job with the smoke at the bottom that looks like plastic jizz coming out of the thing, but it's blowing the wrong way. And he doesn't say of course he doesn't say anything about it. I don't expect him to, but he's like, oh, they do such a beautiful job and it's how you light it and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, brother, that is not great. And it's blowing the wrong way. What is wrong with you guys? Come on.
Yeah. I didn't listen to him. I just skipped over that.
Oh, it's just
I don't need to see this again. I've seen it already. The problem with the statues is you want to get them, but they're not like Hot Toys. You can't have 100 statues because then you just got wall-to-wall statues, and I just generally do not like the look of an entire wall of statues.
I get you.
I like mixing the pieces up, and the problem is the statues are just such a prominent in every little cluster display. The statue becomes the main focal point, right? Mm-hmm. And I already have something like 25, 30 statues as it is. It's like how many more of these can I get?
I know. I hear you. And that's, I'm going to have to deal with that because I know, Jason, you talked about this. You talked about how you're all of a sudden picking up all these freaking statues.
Yeah. I just,
Chris,
I like
Chris
statues.
the same thing.
Yeah. I like statues, but I'm just not as big of a fan of statues as you guys tend to be. I think that they take up a lot of real estate. I think they tend to throw off a display a little bit. Because each statue, even if you have one that, is part of a set of 3 or part of a set of 5 and there's consistency, there's still inconsistency when you have them on display due to size, due to, posing, and statues are a difficult thing to work with.
It can be,
then you have 1/5, you have 1/4, potentially, 1/3. I'm very specific about statues. I literally have a handful that I have more than a handful that I own, but only a handful on display. I really have to enjoy it and I really have to like it to have it make my display.
Right. Well, there's a lot that you enjoy and like lately, Jason. So.
Well, that Revan looks amazing.
Yeah, well, some of the NYC pieces you've gotten too. I mean,
Yeah, that Tide Pilot's
Chris is
phenomenal.
Chris is in the same boat. He's not necessarily a statue collector, but there's a lot that's been catching his eye. And so, it's tough, man. It's tough. And then you buy something from Regal Robot and you have 10 little statues. I mean, they're more than that, but that's part of the thing. You have to figure out how to display them.
Yeah. So
Steve, if you go to 4311, I think on that video.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, Randall says often statues have to be alone. I think that's true in some ways, but also like if you put all the mythos pieces together, they look really good.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends, right? It just depends on the statues. To collector. My 12-year-old son said, "Don't do hot toys and get statues." That's funny.
Let's see what they do here. Oh, I don't have it on the screen. Okay, I should put it on the screen. Oh, okay.
So there's a whole nother side.
Okay, there it is.
There
okay.
it is. Yeah.
So you see him on the left there.
Oh man.
So
what are we looking at?
So on the left, on the pedestal, is a Vader statue.
Yeah, the silhouette of it. Yeah.
So other than that, what do we see? We see some Hot Toys on the table.
Hot toys, yeah.
We see if I go frame by frame here, if we see anything else.
The life-size Death Trooper.
Yeah, but
that's an old piece. That old piece, yeah.
Yeah, background stuff. I mean, they'll probably have some in that corner that they're going to show. They'll probably have some dumbass like Vader backpack or some bullshit that they're going to show somewhere.
Doesn't look like a ton of stuff, though.
No, it doesn't look as much like the light side.
It may just be that primarily that Vader.
They'll probably hit us with like what are the misfit things that they make? I'll probably try to push those somewhere in there. Misfit angels, misfit, whatever what do they call them?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they'll probably do something like that.
Okay. Well, anything else we should cover before we wrap it up here?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, I'm happy we got to do something. We weren't sure if there was going to be enough to really talk about, and it's crazy.
It ended up being a lot to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. So
and I generally don't look at the lower end stuff anymore, right? I don't know how much came out in the Black Series or all that area. I imagine there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just usually if you get one or two premium formats on a May the 4th, you're pretty happy.
Right.
This was like,
this is crazy, dude.
A flood. It was insane.
Well, one thing I found interesting, Steve, I mentioned to Matt earlier. So I thought it was limited, and I stand corrected. I just saw it online a couple hours ago. So I thought it was limited to just Disney parks. But what Disney did today, limited to 3,000 sets, was the Leia saber and Rey's saber, and it came together. They come together as a 2-pack. Limited to 3,000 pieces. And if you go to actually DisneyStore.com right now, you can actually purchase them.
Oh, yeah, really? Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. Both of those have been released already?
I wasn't sure if they did. The Rey has. I don't think they did Leia's saber. I think this is the first time. Yeah, this is the first time they introduced that.
Did you guys see the video of the new blade? The telescoping blade saber that Disney did?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I've been reading a lot about that, so I was really interested to see the video, and it was pretty cool that they. So, did you see though that it's not being sold; it's only being used by the characters? Yeah,
yeah. It's like a LED condom, right? That they just pop
pretty
up.
Much. Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, this is. I don't want to go. Let's see. I won't go too far. So this is. Yeah, so that right there.
It's pretty crazy, radical, man.
I wonder how many segments this thing has. Or is it kind of like, oh, you said, so you think it's not segmented. You think it's more like a balloon or something?
No, I think there's got to be, I don't know, man. It looks so good, though. I think it's got to be like telescoping something, but with like an outer soft, I don't know, dude. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know, I think it looks like it might be in three.
It looks like it might be in three pieces.
I think it's telescoping in 3 sections.
Okay.
I think it's
They
a laser.
probably
It's a
sleeve
laser.
each other.
If they do, you can't see them.
It's amazing. I mean, look, the hilt's giant.
Yeah, so you're right. That hilt is massive,
The hilt is massive.
which kind of hints at.
I mean, she's double fisting that thing, and it still
three-
looks freaking huge in her hands. So,
and that makes you think it's 3 pieces. That makes you think that the pieces are in there. It's segmented.
Steve, you know that the community is going to take this video, dissect it, blow it up, send it to forensics. They're going to figure this thing out within a week.
Yeah, sure. That hilt is too big, though. You're right.
freaking huge.
But it's a great step forward, I think.
Oh, it's awesome
in the realism of the lightsaber blade.
Oh, it's so cool.
I agree. This is one of those things that within a couple of years, you'll see these as the new, Force effect sabers.
Could be. What's not?
Yeah, that's what it is, Sean. That's what it is.
Small hands.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh boy.
Oh man. This is when I saw it though, that's cool though. It's cool that they're doing that. Like their characters can use something that looks more realistic, and that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Now we just got to figure out how to get into the freaking Star Wars hotel. I mean, I guess all you got to do is pay a ridiculous amount of money, but
it's $800 a night.
Yeah. Jason, you're not staying in the Star Wars hotel, right?
It won't be open yet.
Okay.
It doesn't open until I think the beginning of early 2022.
Okay. Man, it'd be worth it just for a couple nights, just to see what the experience it though. It'd be pretty cool.
Well, they primarily offer 2 and 3 night packages.
Right.
That's the great thing. So yeah, it's a little on the high side, but for 2 nights, for 3 nights, it's perfect. And it lets you out right into the park.
Does it let you out right into the Star Wars area of the park, like the Galaxy's Edge? Damn.
Right to Galaxy's Edge, yep.
Just right into the gift shop.
Right, exit through the gift shop. Right, exactly.
Right.
Enter and exit through the gift shop.
Oh shit.
All right, guys. Why don't we go ahead and wrap it up for tonight? And
cool.
Then I don't think we have anything else for this week except for therapy on Friday, right, Jason?
Say again?
No, we do.
Do we have anything else scheduled for this week?
Yes.
Yeah. Thursday night, we have the Tom Spina Collector Spotlight for May the 4th week.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, we should get that announcement up.
Yeah, we will. We will.
Right?
I don't have enough pictures quite yet, but we're working on that.
Okay.
So.
That's awesome. That's good. And Jason was sharing with us, he's got 4 things planned for the next month. So
yeah, we get some exciting stuff.
Content. Yeah.
Yeah, really good collector spotlights and other things coming. But
I think we get 2 great creator spotlights this month.
Well, guys, the Tom Spina one on Thursday night. Obviously, if you don't know, you should know. But Tom Spina is Real Robot. Tom Spina designs. He's the head guy, lead owner of that stuff, and so he's got some crazy stuff. Like he really does have some crazy stuff. And you're not going to want to miss it. He's going to be on with us, right? Jay, is he coming on?
He is. He'll be joining us to discuss his collection. Correct.
Okay.
Good.
So he'll be talking, and we probably won't, but not a big deal. We're going to go through his whole collection, and it should be fun. It should be a good time.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight, and I guess we'll see you on Thursday.
Thanks, guys.